Hey there, welcome to CoHost. In this tutorial, I'm going to walk you through how to create a new show on CoHost. I'm going to walk you through the following: putting in your podcast information, publishing your first episode, and launching on the apps like Spotify and Apple. Here, I've created my account on CoHost. When you first create an account, you'll be entered into our demo environment, where you're able to play with the numbers and experience CoHost before you create or import your show. For this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create your own show on CoHost. So what you're going to do is click the create button up here. And now you can begin filling out your show's information. I'm going to name my show Podcasting Explained. My author name. So for the author name, this is what's specifically going to show up on the listening apps. Show owner name and then your show email. Next is uploading the cover art. This is optional at this stage, but when you want to publish your first episode, you would need cover art. So in the meantime, I'm going to upload my cover art. Next is your description and categories. And so this is the show description of what your show is about. And it's going to show up on the podcast listening apps. And then main categories, make sure you really choose categories specific to your show, because that's how people are going to find your shows on the listening app. Tags are also important for discovery too. So make sure you put a couple of tags to help people find your podcast in the listening apps. Next is directory setting. The first thing you want to choose is your show format. So whether it's episodic or serial. Episodic are episodes that are ongoing and standalone without a set start and stop date. So this is most likely if your show has an interview format. Serial means that episodes are told in order from oldest to newest. So this is more narrative-driven podcasts where listeners need to listen to the first episode in order to listen to the second, third, fourth, and your latest. For my show, I'm going to choose episodic. Show time zone. So this is going to be important when you publish your episodes. Make sure you set it to the time zone that you're in or time zone that you want your episodes to be publishing in. And then language, choose your language for your podcast. Next, you're going to preview your show information and make sure everything is correct, and then confirm and create. When you first get into CoHost, you have a free trial of our Plus plan, so you're able to have advanced audience demographics and also episode consumption. Now that I've created my podcast, the next thing to do is publish my first episode. So I'm going to publish my first episode here. I am going to publish the trailer for my podcast. Make sure you have a friendly episode title. My episode type is trailer. This would be season 1, episode 0. And then I'll put in my episode description. Next is checking off whether it contains explicit content or no. For the default, it is no. Content privacy is like if you want to hide the episode from your RSS feed. What this means is that you have published your episode, but it actually won't be visible to anyone on the listening apps. Keywords here are really good for discovery and search engine optimization on listening apps. Episode contributors could include your guests on the podcast, your producers. This is important for podcasts discovery tools where you can type in certain guest names and it will pop up all the podcasts that they have contributed to. Cover art, this is optional, but this is if you want to have a specific cover art for each episode. If not, it will be defaulting to your show episode. Down here is publishing details, so I could schedule this for a later time in the future, or I can publish right now. Since I want to launch my podcast, I'm going to publish right now. Hit publish. Now that I've published my first episode on CoHost, that doesn't mean it's on Spotify or Apple or any of the listening apps. The next step I have to do is launch my show. At CoHost, we can launch a show for you. Just simply press the Launch My Show button. So I'm going to press the Launch My Show button. What you want to do is confirm your show settings is correct. So what that means is making sure your title is correct, your description, artwork, everything here, because that's going to be launched to the listening apps. If it's all correct, press confirm. And congrats, we're launching your show. So we'll notify you once your show has been published on the apps and you'll see an email update. And with that, if you have any questions about CoHost, leave a comment or contact our support team. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. We have new features coming out all the time and we cover them right here. Please check back for more updates and thank you for watching.